now return to 90s tech on Madern Marvels. January 17, 1991. Operation Desert Storm. Some of our favorite 90s technologies got their start as national defense projects. And during the Gulf War crisis, U.S. troops were fully equipped with one defense tool that allowed them to navigate the vast, seemingly endless desert of Iraq with precision and ease. The 90s technology that made it all possible was the United States government's GPS, or Global Positioning System. It's the world's largest constellation of military satellites. At any given time, there are at least 24 operational satellites in semi-synchronized orbit, 12,600 miles above the Earth. That means each satellite revolves around the Earth twice a day. They're distributed equally among 6 orbital planes, so that at least 6 satellites are within line of sight from almost anywhere on Earth's surface. What can it do for you?
This is from the mid-90s. It was 96-ish when this receiver came out, so it knows that we are at a certain location, and it'll actually map it as we walk around. Now I'm standing in a completely new spot, so at this point I've moved several hundred feet from the starting point. The receiver receives from the satellites, recalculates my location, but it also did that across the entire path, so it knows the exact steps I took to get here.
So how can GPS tell us where we are? By determining the distance to at least 3 satellites, the GPS receiver can calculate your location. It's called trilateration. Once the GPS receiver calculates how far it is from a satellite, it knows that it must be located somewhere on the surface of a sphere surrounding that satellite. If you draw a sphere around a second satellite, the surfaces of the 2 spheres intersect at a perfect circle. The surface of a sphere around a third satellite will intersect with the circle at 2 points. One of those 2 points is located on the Earth. And voila, you have your location. But during the 1990s, the GPS wasn't always so precise and reliable for civilians.
There was a selective availability feature, which is an intentional error so that non-authorized users did not receive as accurate a navigation signal.
In fact, throughout the 90s, this slowly changing random error would only place you within 100 meters of your location.
President Clinton decided in May of 2000 we are going to turn selective availability off.
Suddenly, GPS could identify your position to within 10 feet. At the Schriever Air Force GPS Operations Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado, the 2nd Space Operations Squadron ensures the satellites are working properly 24/7.
We have satellite system operators do a state of health on a satellite. We're going to check the pressures, the temperatures, the roll, the pitch, the yaw of that particular satellite to make sure it's transmitting the best navigation accuracy.
Though originally a military project, the market for civilian GPS receivers has become 3 times bigger than its military counterpart. Geocaching is a worldwide internet-based outdoor treasure hunting game that uses the Global Positioning System to hide and seek containers called caches. Today, there are more than 400,000 caches hidden worldwide. 90s Tech will return on Madern Marvels.